it's Sam here from KitchenGadgetsClub.com, and I've got another brilliant one for you today showing you how to make food in the stackable air fryer. So today is going to be cheese toasties, or if you're in the US you would call them grilled cheese.
First, let me explain to you who we are. If you're new around here, my name is Sam and I've been teaching people how to cook smart with just kitchen gadgets for over 10 years. In fact, we don't even have an oven or a hob in our kitchen. We are double Sunday Times bestsellers and The Independent calls us the best for beginner cooks. But because we've been creating videos for a while, we've ended up with more than 1,500 recipe videos on our YouTube channel. So what we have done is we have created a recipe index organised by gadget to help you quickly find your next recipe video. You can find them all at KitchenGadgetsClub.com/YouTube, and we would be honoured if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel for more recipe videos like this. So now let's get back to the food.
I've gone with what our favourite filling is for a toastie in the air fryer, and that is very simple: cheese and tomato. We love some cherry tomatoes and some grated cheese, and it's just lovely in there. So shall we get started and we can see what the stackable's like for doing grilled cheese and to see how even or uneven the cooking is. So I've got some grated cheese out, some cherry tomatoes sliced in half, and then our butter block. So you can start by buttering the bread. So my butter is a bit hard, don't you hate it when that happens? So you want to continue until you've done all your slices of bread. You know, the American way is to use mayonnaise. You can do this instead if you prefer. It's totally up to you. And you can also use, if you prefer, some light spread. It's totally up to you. Or why not do the Spanish way? They always use olive oil instead. Obviously extra virgin. Got doggy watching me again. Mainly because I cooked some sausages earlier and you can smell them. Right, last slice. Doing a really bad job here. So I suggest softened butter, but it was really cold last night and this has been out on the side and it's gone really hard. This reminds me of the 90s when everybody's looked like this. Oh well. It happens sometimes. So you want to turn the slice over. Load it up with some grated cheese. And then you can add in some cherry tomatoes as well. And then you can pop a top layer on it, and that is one done. And then again, same again, flip it over. Plenty of grated cheese of choice. We've used red Leicester, but any grated cheese, or you can use sliced cheese. Some sliced Gouda is very, very nice. And then again, same again. And then if you're worried that they're not going to stay stuck together in the air fry, you can put a cocktail stick through the top of them, but it's just totally personal choice. And then you can add a bunch of cheese on top and chuck the cherry tomatoes in. And then they're ready to go on so that they look cute. And you can't tell that I was hacking at the butter. So the way I'm going to do these is I'm going to do them in the stackable, and I'm going to use the grill insert, and I'm going to do one on the top layer, one on the bottom layer, so that we can compare to see how it works. And in real life, if you're doing grilled cheese for more than one person, you would have them in the top and the bottom anyway. But it's just interesting to see how it compares and how it does, and to see how even it cooks it as well, because that is one of the big complaints with these stackable air fryers that people are getting, which I understand why people get them, because they're brilliant for saving space, but at the same time they do seem to have some flaws about them as well. So shall we get them on? So let's pop them on, shall we? That one's going to be the bottom, and then this one's going to be the top. And Then let's get it turned on, shall we? So we're going to start, we're matching again on air fry. And we're going to start with 200 Celsius, that's 400 Fahrenheit. And a cook time of 5 minutes. And then press start. And we'll be back in 5.
Whilst we're cooking, let me introduce you to Kitchen Gadgets Club. We recommend joining it because it's brilliant for kitchen gadget recipes with step-by-step photos. It's got lots of easy recipes. You can join for as little as £1 a week. It has a library of over 1,000 plus kitchen gadget recipes, and we add 4 new exclusive recipes every single week. Here are just a few of the recipes. Each recipe has both metric and imperial, step-by-step photographs, plenty of useful kitchen gadget advice from experts. Just take a look at some of the photographs. And of course, you can join by heading to kitchengadgetsclub.com/join. And now, shall we get back to the food?
So we've beeped, so shall I show you what they're like now? So we've got lovely melted cheese on the top, and those tomatoes are starting to go wrinkly. But let Dom show you. He's just going to lift up the top slice, and you can see the cheese isn't actually melted. Whilst if I did this exact same thing in the Ninja Speedy, it would be cooked at this point. And then let's see how the bottom compares. So there's not much in it with the bottom. And then if you open up the layer again, as you can see, it's a little bit slightly more melted, but it's not properly melted. And you don't really have much of a crisp on the cheese toasties anyway. So we're going to do another 3 minutes on the same temperature. So match again. And you're looking for air fry. And you're looking for 200 Celsius, 400 Fahrenheit. And then another 3 minutes. And then press start. So we've beeped, so shall we check on it and see how it's doing now? So if you can see, it's got a much better colour to the top now. So Dom's just going to lift it up and see how the cheese is doing. And as you can see, it's properly melted now. You're starting to see a bit of colour and texture to the cheese toasties, because before they were really pale in the corners. So that actually looks like proper cheese toasties now. And what about the bottom one? That should be better because it cooks better from the bottom. So we're just going to lift it up and have a look. Oh yes, look at that meltiness. Oh, perfect. So we can get it out now and we can slice into it and enjoy. So before we jump into the next recipe, what I want to talk about is air fryer, easy every day. You know, if you've been a listener to our podcast or watched our videos for a while, you've probably heard of it. But if you're using a stack, did you know it was actually made with the Ninja Joule in mind? It was made so that those that had a dual air fryer had a cookbook to use, and that they understood the difference between basket air frying and dual air frying. So every single recipe in the cookbook has basket and dual air fryer instructions. And it also changes the recipes slightly on certain ones. For example, ones where you could cook the food directly in there versus needing a container if using a basket. We cover both of those in this book. So let me show you inside it so I can actually give you some examples of how you can use it. And of course, it's available on Amazon. Simply search on Amazon Sam and Dom Milner, search air fryer Sam and Dom, whichever you prefer. And then, for example, when we've done the accessories picture, we've got little rectangular casserole dishes, which of course we recommend for Jules. And then we've got a lot of great recipes in here, but I'm just looking for some examples that would help you, particularly if you've got a Joule. For example, in the meat chapter, we cover a beef Wellington, but of course a big beef Wellington wouldn't fit in a Joule, so we also give you instructions on how to do a small one or to do minis, depending on what you prefer. We also have symbols with every recipe so that you know which air fryers it's best suited for. So you'll notice every single one has the Joule symbol, but some are suitable for air fryer ovens and mini air fryers. That is we also have a doner kebab recipe in there. Then another great that we have that's brilliant for the Joule is homemade fish fingers and chips. So then you can be doing the chips in one drawer, the fish fingers in another. Another one that's interesting, if you do have a joule, is the fact that we've got soup in there and you can roast it in the bottom versus putting it in a dish if you've got an air fry basket. We've got a macaroni cheese, so you could use a rectangular casserole dish in the joule versus a square one if you've got an air fry basket. So it's a nice mix of the different ways that you can actually do it. The same with cauliflower cheese, you know, getting a dish that fits a joule is the key to that. And then our favourites for using for the joule is our 7 days of dinners. Because in this we have these some favourite blue silicone dishes of ours, and what's brilliant here is we did a moussaka and we did one in each drawer, so you could actually freeze one if you wanted to. And the best of them all was the turd in the hole, because you could do a small turd in the hole in each joule drawer, or if you had the air fryer basket you could just do one big one. We loved that for this. And again with the curry, you can cook the curry in the bottom when you've got a joule. And then when you're doing a lamb roast, you can do the lamb in one and the potatoes in the other. And it's just got so much choice if you've got a joule. And the same with the sausage rolls, you can do half in one drawer, half in the other. And you can, we also show you how to do mini cheesecakes so you can fit them in the different drawers. The same with shortbread, and we have some afternoon tea in there as well. So that is a brilliant one for you. So here is a closer look of a top versus bottom. So this is the one from the top and this is the one from the bottom, and I wouldn't say there was much in it really. I would say this one is slightly crispier in that corner, but if you mix them up a bit, I bet some people wouldn't realise, and the cheese is properly melted in them as well now, so they are beautiful. Lovely and crispy as well, which is what you want, and now they're perfect for serving. So my biggest takeaway from doing cheese toasties using the stackable is that it's kind of a bit like when you've got a Ninja Foodie and you use the slow cooker function, you always end up having to add a little bit of extra cooking time to it because it's slightly under overall on the cooking time. So whilst in the speedy, in top position, which is where you're using a grill thing to make it higher, then I could have done it in 4 minutes. This one is a bit longer, so just bear that in mind. But it's always good to cook for less time, experiment, and then adjust and add a little bit longer in case it needs it. So shall we get them out? I'm excited for these. I love cheese on toast or grilled cheese. And if you're wondering why the tomatoes, always how I wanted them when I was growing up as a kid, and I haven't grown out of tomatoes on toasties yet. So shall we get them out? So this is one of them. This is the other. So let's slice into them, shall we? So you can see how well the cheese has melted. Oh, I lost the tomato. You can see how well the cheese has melted. And you can hear the crunch there as well. Oh, I better hold that tomato in place this time. Oh, look at that. Perfect melted cheese. Oh no, that was from that one, wasn't it there? But oh, look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Oh, we've got the breakable cheese as well. I wonder, who's that tomato there? Oh yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look fabulous? Oh yes, cheese on toast. Who wants to do that when they have some cheese, hey? Oh, lovely. It'd be against the law, wouldn't it, not to try some? Oh, that is so good. Oh, oh, that is nice. On the downside, George is off school poorly today, so that means I've got to share some, but never mind, hey. So would you do grilled cheese in this one? Would you get this particular gadget, or is it not your thing? Thanks for watching, and now you've seen a glimpse into our ovenless world. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is what I call one of our step-by-step instruction videos. If you would rather have short and sweet, don't forget to check out our shorts. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. And if you want to find videos quickly, if you head over to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/YouTube, you can see an A to Z list of all our YouTube videos, so you can find videos by Kitchen Gadget. And I'll see you again soon.